Hello, everybody. We are getting started with our final weekly empowerment workshop for the Aligned and Alive 8-Week Challenge. Wow, we have made it. I hope you have been enjoying these calls. I hope you've been enjoying listening to the recordings. And if you find that in your journey you are running into a struggle and it's a topic we've covered, go back and listen to it. Treat it as your path and make sure to bookmark the playlist that these YouTubes are in, because only you have access to it with that YouTube link. Now, if you know someone who would benefit from a call, you're like, that one call we did on self-doubt, my neighbor, she really needs that. Send it to them. That's okay. Or send them my way. But make sure that you reserve this, because that's something you get to keep for as long as YouTube exists, to utilize. As we head into our final workshop, I do want to remind you that these workshops are going to continue more in a live Q&A coaching style in the Facebook group community, Just Leaf Fitness. This is going to be on some kind of weeknight at 8 p.m. I haven't decided what weeknight yet, where anyone can come on and just ask any question they have about anything fitness related, maybe parenting, something that I have the answer to or can find the answer to for you. And it's going to be a great resource. And again, they will be recordings there too. That is free to you if you're in the Just Leaf Fitness community moving forward. The biggest reminder I want to give you, for those of you in the challenge watching this recording, is that your final photos are due by Sunday night in order to be entered to win the challenge. And even if you think, I don't have a shot at winning, what you want to give yourself a shot at is becoming a better version of yourself. And that better version of themselves finishes what they started. It's a great quality to have. And so I want to make sure that we all do that. So I'm bringing Teresa in live here. Hello. I'm going to pin myself. Teresa, feel free to unmute and chime in or drop stuff in the chat if you'd like. Super glad that you're here live. So everybody get their final photos in by Sunday night. No matter where you feel like you stand in the running for this challenge, you want to stand confident with yourself that you're the kind of person that finishes what they started. And this is kind of what we're talking about, the legacy that you're creating. So this week is all about your glow up legacy and becoming the radiant, aligned you. Now that has a lot of pretty words in it, but what does it really mean? Well, we're going to talk about just wrapping up your journey of this 8 weeks and creating and solidifying a long-term plan for yourself, creating our vision board, and how to maintain balance and what balance really is. We're going to dive into all that. So first, we're going to talk about this long-term plan, really reflecting on your glow up roadmap that we were following over the last 8 weeks. And so this call might be one that you want to take notes on for yourself to reflect on, and also have some notes for you to refer back to make sure that you're actually doing the plan that's going to work. Sometimes it's easy to get lost in the mess or the excitement of, oh, I heard about this new trend or this one type of thing, or I want to try this new workout, and that's all okay. But you got to remember your roadmap at its foundation. And so some questions I want you to ask yourself in reflection of the last 8 weeks is, did you achieve your goal? And if you did, amazing. Do you have a new goal in mind? You always want to be chasing something, growing towards something. So did you achieve your goal? If you didn't achieve your goal, did you at least make progress towards it? And sometimes we don't know what progress really looks like. So maybe it's just the scale we're looking at, but there's a lot of ways we've made progress. And in that, whether you achieved your goal, made progress, vice versa, what challenges did you face along the way? Both the ones you overcame and the ones you didn't. What challenges were there? I know for a lot of people, it was travel, navigating eating out, cravings, hitting your protein goal. What challenges did you face? Whether it was right in the beginning, maybe yesterday. And then which of those challenges did you overcome? And I really hope that in the list of the challenges you faced, you overcame at least one of them. So which challenge did you overcome? Now, let's just give the example of in the beginning, it was hard for me to hit my protein goal, but I overcame that by incorporating Formula One and collagen from First Form. And now it's pretty simple for me to do it. And I learned how to eat leaner protein sources and make sure I get, at least 4 to 5 ounces of meat every time I eat it, high protein snacks, right? So the question is, how did you overcome that? You took the time to educate yourself. You knew it was important, so you committed to, changing your lifestyle around it. You invested in some tools. And now I need you to think back to the challenges you didn't overcome. What's stopping you from applying that same discipline, focus, desire when you overcame the challenges you overcame? Let's look at the difference between the challenges that stopped you or slowed you down and the challenges you overcame. A lot of times it just comes down to what we value and what we are informed on enough, what we have the tools for. But at the end of the day, you're very in control. You can get the tools, you can get the information. But do you value it enough and care about it enough? That's partially on me to make sure you know how important it is that you overcome that challenge in the big grand scheme of things. But, lead a horse to water, right? Speaking of, cheers. And really the answer is typically discipline. It's discipline, grit, and fortitude. And while we came into this challenge, of course, embodying our feminine nature and wanting to glow and radiate, it's very hard to do that if at a survival, slightly masculine level, we're not taking care of what we need to take care of. We can't float to our goals, right? On our flower-covered carriage, ladies. There has to be a level of discipline there and a level of grit and discomfort. And that is feminine, because feminine is nurturing, feminine is caring. You take care of your family, you feed your family. And so similarly, can you nurture yourself with a little more strictness, discipline with your goal in mind? And we're going to get really clear on your goal and envisioning it. There's kind of 3 areas of life. They always, like in entrepreneurship, they say relationships, fitness, money. One of them is always kind of not doing great. So if you want to reflect on that, but I would love for us, when your discipline is intact and your intent is in the right place, you can get all 3 of them to a beautiful place. And I'd love for that to be a goal of yours: relationships, fitness, and money all thriving. And it really comes down to keeping your word, doing what you said you were going to do, and actively looking to grow, get better, learn. So what is the roadmap that we are supposed to be following to get us to where we want to go? And we all have a wide range of goals, but I want to relay it out for you so that you're certain moving forward what it is you're supposed to be doing. And you can always audit yourself against the roadmap. Where am I crushing it? Where could I be doing better? Those self audits, especially at the end of the month, especially during your menstrual cycle, is a great time to do that audit, because your energy is a little low anyway. So it's a time to kind of hunker down and reflect. But it's essentially nutrition. Write these down. You are going to want to refer back to this. Nutrition, fitness, sleep, and hydration. Now there are umbrellas beneath these. So now we're going to take our nutrition, and the umbrella is going to be calories, protein, gut health, omega-3s, fiber, and micronutrients. Micronutrients are going to be our fruits and veggies, but also mostly referring to a multivitamin or the daily nutrient pack microfactor. Okay. So calories, we understand. Protein, we understand. Omega-3s is going to be full mega from First Form, without a doubt the best dose of EPA and DHA you can get, the best way you can feel the best and eliminate really hard to repair inflammation from happening. Or it's going to be 3 to 5 servings a week of wild caught fatty fish. The gut health is going to be 2 to 3 servings a day of probiotics, 2 to 3 servings a day of digestive enzymes, or OptiGreens 50 every day. And then the micronutrients, fruits and veggies, that's 5 to 7 servings a day and a variety day in and day out, or the Microfactor Daily Nutrient Pack from First Form. Now, this is where we kind of get in the mess, where it was like, all right, calories, protein, but it's like, well, how do I navigate my gut health and how do I pay attention and pour into all these things? And I'm also trying to get my steps in and work out regularly. And this is why this is your journey that you're always working on, but that doesn't mean it can't be optimized and firing on all cylinders all the time. But it's not, it sometimes feels like you're drinking out of a fire hose. And that's why I give you the tools, supplements, meal plans, things like that, workout plans, that you don't have to go figure it out for yourself. And that it's not like you're keeping 20 plates spinning all the time, right? You brush your teeth in your morning, you take your greens at night, you have a cup of coffee every morning, you take your fish oil with your first meal. It becomes a part of what you do, and it does become second nature if you value it, if you want it, and I promise you, you'll experience the benefit when you get there. So those are your nutrition umbrellas. Those are the products that are going to support you. Fitness is going to branch off into steps and exercise. And so we've learned that exercise can be anything that you do consistently, but for fat loss and bigger results, resistance training is going to be the one. Now, I love post-workout cardio, 20 to 30 minutes of low-intensity cardio after a resistance training session. But the cardio piece can really come from your steps, whether that's running or running errands or going on walks. But that's a little easier to grab onto and just honor, do the workouts you love, make sure you're pushing yourself, being intentful, being consistent. And as you get consistent and disciplined, beginning to prioritize resistance training. So steps and exercise. Next piece is going to be sleep. Women need 8 to 10 hours of sleep. We just do. But again, this is another thing of like, just how am I supposed to get my steps in, exercise, meal prep, and then you want me to go to bed at 8 p.m. so I can get up to go to my workout and get in time? If you can't get those 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and there is a level of boundaries that you can set with your partner and talk to them about, like, listen, so my partner does all the evening wakings for our daughter because we took the time to educate ourselves as a unit on female health, and that women do need that 8 to 10 hours of uninterrupted sleep. And because we educated ourselves on it, we came to an agreement that that was what was best for our family. So see the shift in how that conversation happened. And you can do this similarly if your partner is constantly wanting to DoorDash crumble, which I had a client where that was happening a lot, wanting to go out to eat for date night, or, choosing just poor foods or eating ice cream around them and you're getting jealous. Instead of having the tough conversation that we normally try to have and it doesn't really work out or we're afraid to have it, what if you both took the time to educate yourselves as a team, whether it was a podcast you both listened to or just had a conversation about your goals, the roadmap to how you're going to get there, and how they can honor that roadmap for you, and making it more about the benefit of the family and the kind of person you're going to be, rather than you just wanting to drop a few pounds. Yeah. And if you want to dive more into how those conversations happen, because I've clearly had success with it, because this girl gets a great night's sleep, that's the time for a one-on-one call as well. So I know sometimes it's laughable to think about having that conversation, but it's possible. If you cannot get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, it's quality sleep. It's taking that magnesium from First Form, the 5 different magnesium blends, not just the magnesium glycinate, which is very bioavailable, and that's great, but there's so much benefit to magnesium, so many ways our body can absorb it. And that 90-day supply is flawless for that. I also like sleeping with a silk eye mask because any light coming in is going to disrupt your sleep. Yesterday morning, my daughter, she came into my room and took the eye mask and like lifted it up and peeked at me. So, and then the last piece, so it's either going to be enough sleep or quality sleep. Maybe, hopefully both. And then hydration. This is going to be if you weigh less than 200 pounds, getting 100 ounces of water, more than 200 pounds, 120 ounces of water. This is such a simple thing and it's easy to do. And hopefully, you know it's good for you. So, what kind of person, mother, friend, daughter, business owner, coworker are we to choose to not prioritize something that's easy to do and good for you? How you do one thing is how you do all things. And if you need some hacks or tips on how to drink that water, because that was a challenge for you, or if it's something you overcame, can you apply that discipline to some harder things? I know not everything's the same and attacking it because we have old programming. We have a lot going on in our minds about what we deserve or like cravings or social pressure. But can you simplify it and say, I'm disciplined? I am disciplined. I am intentful. I intend. I take action. I choose. All right. So that's your roadmap. Audit yourself. Take a peek at it. If you're like, I've been crushing my calories and protein, but I have not been getting those probiotics and digestive enzymes in, right? My steps are doing so great, Jess, but whoa, my water's a little low. So find those moments to celebrate yourself and then audit yourself. Don't celebrate for too long. The people who you'll notice that. So Usain Bolt, Olympic track runner, he always celebrates before he crosses the finish line. Now, most athletes know not to do that because it slows them down, right? A lot of people, they start celebrating when they're about to win. They think they're going to win, and it slows down your momentum for getting to the next goal. But the reason why he does it is because he's so certain he's going to win that he wants to lower his time so he could beat his next time. Fun fact. Don't lower the bar for yourself. Keep climbing. So the next thing we're going to talk about is creating a vision for the next season of your life. This is where we're going to get into our vision board. And I'm sure some of you have heard me talk about this, but I cannot recommend it enough. If you decide that you want to buy a blue Honda today and you left the house today, you would see blue Hondas everywhere. Would you not? And so what I want to tell you right now is those blue Hondas were always there, girlfriend. They were there the whole time. But because you decided what you wanted, your awareness opened itself to the opportunities and to the presence of what you want. That's real. It's in the reticular activating system of your brain. So what if you spent the time to get really clear on what you wanted? And I'm talking really clear. So taking 5 to 10 minutes a day, and I do this in the form of creating creative writing, but I do a little bit of just the internal where I want you to think about the most radiant version of yourself. Not just what does she look like? I want you to envision her waking up in the morning and stepping on the scale and looking down. What number do you see? When you get off the scale, what clothes do you put on? Are the windows open or are they closed? Is your hair braided or is it down? Maybe you have bangs now. Get at how cold is your house? I know it doesn't seem like that makes a change in you attacking your goals, but when you get so clear on who you want to become, those opportunities and windows and paths and decisions to get there become much more clear. And it really does work. And a really fun way that you can do this is by creating a physical vision board, whether it's a cork board, mine is my desktop screensaver, of things that you want to achieve. And if there's not a visual representation of it, like the specific car that you want to buy. Like if I envision the car that I want to buy, the more I can visualize that, the more the opportunities for the financial opportunities to get me to that point are going to start to show up. So this is about your career. This is about you, what you own. This isn't just about your health and fitness and how you feel anymore. If you are single and want to find the partner for yourself, what kind of partner do you want to find? Where do you meet him? Because once you get clear on where you're going to find Mr. Right, you will start going to those places and doing those things. And it really, really works. So create that vision board. Slap Channing Tatum as your future husband. Just kidding. So I encourage you to create your vision board and share it if you'd like into the Jess Lee Fitness Facebook community. I'll be sharing mine next week when I finish it and print it out. Have your kids help you with it. have you and your partner do one and share yours together and talk about those ones that are similar, or how you can support each other in getting to those. It's a great conversation starter. I'm going to read you a sentence from the book that I'm reading. This is by Tim Grover. This one is called Winning. This is his second book. I actually prefer this book over Relentless, which is the first book. He was the athletic trainer and also the kind of the personal development mindset coach for people like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, all these guys. And I read a sentence that really spoke to me because my boss always says to me, like, why are you holding back? What are you afraid of? Right. And so I want you to ask yourself that. Why are you holding back on giving 100%? We're going to talk about balance here next. But why are you holding back on giving everything you freaking got? I know Teresa listening live she is on a path right now and she is blazing on it. And she decided, right? And I know some of you are all in, but how can you be all in all the time? And I promise you can still have balance with that. But I'm going to read this to you. I'm going to read the whole thing because it fires me up. It's a little raw. I'm going to swear in case kids are listening. Winning will cost you everything and reward you with more if you're willing to do the work. Don't bother rolling up your sleeves. Just rip the fucking things off and do what others won't or can't. They don't matter anyway. You're in this alone. You versus you. This is what I want you to remember. Stop being afraid of what you'll become. You should be more afraid of not becoming that. Mic drop, slam. Stop being afraid of what you're going to become and start being afraid that you will not become that. The time is going to pass either way. I am so afraid to stay exactly as I am. And that doesn't mean I don't love myself. This is blissful dissatisfaction. I'm grateful for where I am. I've seen how far I've come. I want more. Right? So with that, we are going to talk about balance. So balance was really important for a long time. And then the masculine wave of fitness came in and said, balance is impossible if you want to succeed. And it's been sticking. That concept has stuck to the wall for a while. But it's starting to slide off. If you're an Italian, you know that's how you test if pasta is done. So now the approach to balance, which is a little more feminine, is that you're giving your all to what's the most important in that moment. So you don't have to disregard your family. You don't have to say no to date night. It's when you're on date night, be 100% present to being on that date. And that doesn't mean giving up your boundaries with your food choices or your goals, but be present in what you're doing. And once you make the choice of this is what I'm doing right now, this is what's important for all my goals. And that's why you got to be really clear on what you want. It's pouring into the cup that's the most important in that moment. When you're at work, be at work. It's more about not getting distracted and not feeling like you're getting pulled in a bunch of different directions, and know that the plates are going to stay spinning, but you're going to spin one a little bit faster for a while to keep it moving. Which one needs the most attention right now? That's why we're auditing. What parts of your life need more attention right now so that everything can stay moving forward? We don't want anything to get left behind. And maybe that means we move a little more slowly because we have to bring our stuff with us. Our relationship is going to come with us. We can't leave it behind. Our kids are going to come with us. We can't leave it behind. So learn your boundaries, learn the direction you want to go. And it takes a lot of communication. You're not in it alone, but it really is you versus you and the decisions that you make. So as we wrap it up, in conclusion, I really want to empower you to step into summer feeling energized, and confident and alive. And hopefully you did the work to start feeling or continue feeling that way. But some ways that you can step into summer feeling that way is the first one is going to be entering into my Get Your Shine On Summer giveaway. This is going to be you getting level 1 protein, the full mega fish oil, OptiGreens 50, and the Microfactor Daily Nutrient Pack. Literally the 4 things under the umbrella besides fiber and calories of that umbrella, so that you don't have to drink from that fire hose. It's right there in a discounted stack. This is the foundation stack from First Form. So you get 1 entry when you purchase, you get 5 entries if you start a subscription, and the winner is going to get 2 months free in the First Form app. So your summer is paid for in the First Form app. You'll get a box of hydration sticks from me to keep your, oh, look, hydration. There you go. There's another one from your roadmap. I've got you covered. And then I'll send you a customized goodie bag of different protein powders, protein bars, and protein meat sticks of different flavors for you to try too. So really, this is for you, being able to feel your best at a foundational level so you can keep building that beautiful house that you're trying to build. That's on your vision board. Next is going to be signing up for a one-on-one call with me. This is a really good like next steps. What's next? I have a lot of people who do this once a month, and just keep that on file to have that moment with me to dive in and problem solve and get real accountable to what's going on. Or you guys can upgrade to one of my 5 VIP spots. This is one of 5 spots where you get weekly calls with me. And these people thrive. These are always my challenge winners. These are always the people who want it now, and they want it not as fast as possible, but as effectively as possible and to the best of their ability. They are all in. They are not afraid of what they will become. So those 5 spots are available right now. VIP, $250 a month. Let me know if you want to snag one before they're gone. And then everyone staying at the premium subscription, $30 a month, is going to get a customized, and my VIPs are going to get a customized meal plan from me that are calorie specific to what your calories are in the app right now. So if you feel like your calories need to change, let me know before I make you your custom meal plan. And you have to tell me that you want to stay at premium. Otherwise, the system will boot you out. We need to have that line of communication open. So that is the plan. Audit yourself against your roadmap. Make sure that you are going all in and know what you're going all in for and with. Make sure you have the tools you need by getting that foundation stack from First Form, and stay connected with me. You all did a great job, and I will send a final kind of kumbaya email to wrap things up. But I'm so proud of every single one of you listening to the recordings, joining live, doing the work. No matter what percentage of yourself you gave, I hope that tomorrow you can give 1% more, and the next day, and the next day. Honor that it's a journey. Honor it doesn't have to be perfect, because I'd rather you go and fail fast and keep messing up, but keep going. That's a way better life to live than staying exactly where you are. You're either growing or you're dying. You don't actually stay put. You'll start to inch back in ways you don't even notice. And then one day you're like, how did I get here? Oh yeah, I stopped. I stopped trying. Don't just do it for you. Okay, everybody, I'm going to set you free. I care about you. I love you. And I can't wait to see you in the live Q&A sessions in the Facebook group that we're going to start up next week. Thanks for joining Live Teresa, and I will see you all later. Bye.